In today's video, Michael Bisping clarifies his comments about Kevin Holland, Robbie Lawler out of UFC 282 fight against Santiago Ponzinibbio, TJ Dillashaw retires from MMA, fighters react to Dillashaw's retirement, and Stephen Wonderboy Thompson responds to his doubters. Michael Bisping is not happy with some of the headlines, saying that he criticized Kevin Holland's most recent performance against Stephen Thompson. Speaking on his BYM podcast, Bisping clarified his comments about Holland and said that he wasn't trying to start any beef between him and Kevin.
I don't want that to be a headline that's going around after he goes out there and puts on such a war, because I have such respect. Now, yeah, I did critique his performance, but that's our jobs as analysts. So that was a little clickbaity, so I was a little annoyed at that.
They need to get people into the article.
Absolutely, and they can run their business as they see fit. I just want to make sure that somebody like Kevin Holland, who I have tremendous respect for, isn't sitting there on Sunday a little annoyed, face bust up to hell, body black and blue, hurting like crazy, and then somebody like me, that when I see him, I go over, we shake hands, and we interact, and now comes across as like a two-faced bastard criticising his performance, which I thought was outstanding. Do you know what I mean? So they can run their business as they want, but when it's painting an unfair portrayal of what I said, that's what gets me annoyed. And annoyed isn't the right word. I just thought that I had to correct it.
Bisping also believes that if Holland kept the top position, the fight could have played out differently.
And I understand Holland ended up on top a couple of times and backed away, you know, to adhere to that warrior's code, if you will. But that code went out the window in round 4 when he was trying to take him down every 30 seconds and shoot for double legs, because at that point he's like survival instinct. And my point was afterwards was in hindsight, everything's 20/20 apart from me with one eye. But it is. So it's easy to sit there and go, he should have kept that takedown. He should. That doesn't mean I don't think the fight was amazing. I thought it was sensational and I respected it at the time. But in hindsight, Monday morning quarterback, your coach is breaking it down, saying, Kevin, you should have kept that top position.
Robbie Lawler is out of his scheduled clash with Santiago Ponzinibbio, which was expected to go down this Saturday at UFC 282 in Las Vegas. Brett Okamoto made the announcement on social media confirming Lawler's withdrawal due to an undisclosed injury. Now Ponzinibbio is set to take on Alex Morono at a catchweight of 180 pounds on the main card of UFC 282. Now 40-year-old Lawler has won just one fight out of his last 6. The one victory comes over Nick Diaz at UFC 266. Do you guys think it's time for Robbie Lawler to retire from the sport? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Former UFC bantamweight champion TJ Dillashaw has decided to call it a career, according to his manager Tiki Gosen. Michael Onsover first reported the news on Twitter. Dillashaw most recently competed against Aljamain Sterling at October's UFC 280 event in Abu Dhabi, where he suffered a nasty shoulder injury and lost the fight by a second-round TKO. Following the disappointing setback, TJ announced that he would be heading for surgery and likely would not be able to compete again until 2024. Ariel Helwani confirmed the news and shared some inside information on what happened.
So here's the story. That is in fact true. I just spoke to TJ Dillashaw's manager, Tiki Gosen, who's been with him for quite some time, and he informed me that that is accurate, that TJ Dillashaw notified the UFC within the last 2 weeks that he was planning on retiring. Basically, around a month ago, he had the shoulder surgery coming off the Aljamain Sterling fight, and afterwards, when he met with his surgeon, the surgeon told him that it's going to be a long road and there's a chance that he might need a second surgery down the line, that it's a very delicate injury, that it's one of the worst injuries to a shoulder that particular surgeon had ever seen. And basically for a guy who has, you know, been through a lot over the last few years, not to mention multiple surgeries on his shoulders, on his knee, that felt like a very daunting task. And so perhaps emotionally or not, we'll find out in due time. He told Tiki that he wanted to walk away, that he had had enough, and it came as a shock to both Tiki and to the UFC, I'm told. But they did inform the UFC within the last 2 weeks, week and a half or so, that his decision was to retire. Obviously going to rehab, try to get back to 100%, and who knows what happens down the line. But as of right now, TJ Dillashaw is retired, and that's why you saw the tweet that he was removed from the rankings as well. So a pretty shocking turn of events, considering not that long ago he was on the show saying that he was going to get the surgery and work his way back and hope to fight another title fight down the line. A change of heart, a turn of events, perhaps that he didn't expect, and a somewhat, unfortunate and unceremonious end to a decorated career. So as of right now, that is accurate, and we'll see how it plays out.
Here's how some fighters reacted to Dillashaw's retirement. Cody No Love Garbrandt said, "Can't compete like a real man. Had y'all fooled for years." Jared Vandera said, "Too many injuries? No love for the sport." Ricky Simone tweeted, "Yeah, right. So by him retiring, he gets to exit the USADA testing protocols? I bet he comes back after a full recovery. Snake." Stephen Thompson responds to people who have claimed that he's done and should retire from MMA. While speaking to Chris Weidman on SiriusXM, Wonderboy said he loves proving the doubters wrong and explained what a victory over Holland means to him in his career.
It feels, obviously, the bumps and bruises are all worth it. The broken hand was worth it. Just the fact that everybody's talking about, how much they were excited about watching the fight, that's what kind of matters to me. Like I've always wanted to put on a good show and entertain everybody and prove that, because leading up to this fight, everybody said I was washed up and done. Like I'm too old for it. And me going out there, finishing a guy who is young, who has put 185ers away, who's put 170s away, who's got good submission game as well. Like you said, he's young, and then go out there and do what I did to him. Man, it prove everybody wrong. Like I love proving people wrong. They did that whenever I got knocked out. The fight after I got knocked out from Anthony Pettis, people said I was done then. And then went on that streak against Vicente Luque and Jeff Neal. So it's crazy how quickly you can change in people's minds after a loss. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
it's kind of sad, but awesome at the same time.
It is, man. But then they come back after 2 losses back to back, from grapplers just holding me down, and be able to put on a striking performance like that, man, it's awesome, man. It really is.
Here are the top 3 funniest memes we found over the internet today. Third place was found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Tommy Cleghorn. Our second place meme was also found over Facebook and was posted by a user named Sheryar Khan. And our top pick was found over Twitter and was posted by a user named Skip to My Jays. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel to keep up with the latest MMA news.